It is championship day in Section 6 4A baseball. Today, the top seed, the number one team in the state, an unbeaten Wayzata Trojans, taking on the Edina Hornets with a trip to the state 4A tournament on the line. Good afternoon, welcome to Braemar Field. In Edina, John Jacobson and Drew Keogh. And Drew, fourth meeting of the season between these two teams, and obviously by the Wayzata's record, you can tell the Trojans have won all three times, including 10-0 on Memorial Day a couple of games ago for Wayzata in this section tournament. They're feeling confident. They've got a good group. Had a little bit of a test last game against Hopkins, but 23-0 is 23-0, right?
Yeah, when you look at their schedule throughout the season, you don't see a single loss on that list. It's pretty impressive, and even a 2-0 win against in the section playoffs seems to be close. But if you're not giving up a run, you're not going to lose the game. Wayzata's been playing well all year. They've continued to get better game after game after game. They are the home team here in Edina at Braemar's home field. As you said, it'll be a tough task to knock off Edina for the fourth time this season.
Edina did knock out Wayzata last year in the section tournament, so that's certainly in the back of the Trojans' mind and the guys that were on this team a year ago. As I mentioned, Wayzata beating Edina in the second round on Memorial Day 10-0, and then they had a tough game against Hopkins, a team they had 10 run the last time they played them, but did win, as Drew mentioned, 2-0 to get to today. Edina after that loss to Wayzata to come back through the losers bracket and won 2 games on Saturday. Knocked out St. Louis Park and then a close game against Hopkins and won that one 6-5 to get back. They talked to a couple of their coaches before the game, and they said, we packed for 2 games here. We're not going home after one. So, you're still the champions until somebody says otherwise.
Yeah, and if you're Edina, that's definitely an attitude you have to have. I mean, there's no other way to approach it. But for Wayzata, you pack for 2, hoping you come out of here after the first game with a victory and a section title and another trip to the state tournament.
Well, it should be a good one today. The wind is blowing out, Drew, pretty much straight away to right field. As we look out at the scoreboard, you can see the flag blowing out. We'll see how much that becomes a factor today, especially if the pitchers, if they get the ball up in the air, or you get a left-handed batter or a right-handed batter that swings up with some power, that could be flying out today.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see how coaches and managers, handle their pitching staff this deep into the tournament, because if you give a pitcher who's throwing up fly balls, that ball is going to carry another 10, 15, maybe 20 feet, depending on how hard it's hit and how high in the air it goes. So some of these pitchers might have a short leash if the ball's getting up in the air and deep in the outfield, but we'll see how it plays out.
Trojans are being introduced. We'll take a break. We'll come back. First pitch on the way. Edina Wayzata Section 6 baseball live next on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back to Braemar Field in Edina. Section Championship Day in 6-4A baseball. The Edina Hornets, the visitors today. And the number 4 seed in the section taking on number 1 seed is Wayzata. Let's look at the batting order today. For Coach Tom Nevers and the Hornets, Chase Bjorgard leads off and plays left field. George McIntyre, the third baseman, bats second. Then it's Mike Simonson at first. Jack McCoy, the center fielder, hits fourth. Keelan Kerman, right field, batting fifth. Jackson Nevers at shortstop, batting sixth. Reed LaFrenz, the second baseman, hit seventh. Jackson McGrath, the DH, hitting eighth. And Owen Hatch, the catcher, batting ninth. And defensively for the Wayzata Trojans, Brady Lash at first base. James Hansen at second. Matthew Berklin, at shortstop. Tyler Gullickson at third. Adam Deselich in left. Kieran Leatherman in center field. Guard Swenson plays right. Michael Reams had an outstanding year, is the catcher. Speaking of outstanding years, starting pitcher for Wayzata, Mr. Filer's had a great year. Drew pitched in the game on Memorial Day, shut out the Hornets, and averaging close to 2 strikeouts per inning. Noah Filer, just a junior.
Yeah, 36 innings, 6 wins. It's just interesting to look at their stats and not see a loss. Not a lot of negative stats to look at or talk about, but this guy's 58 strikeouts, in his 36 innings pitched so far. So great season for him.
Bjorgård, first pitch swinging, fouls it out of play. Drew kept looking at the radar on the forecast today. It looked like we might have some storms before the game or perhaps even during, and I suppose it's still possible, but it's turned out to be a beautiful day, if not a little windy today, temperature in the mid-70s.
Yeah, nice and breezy as we walk down to this field. It's kind of down below the parking lot up there. Big storm clouds up north and east, but as long as it's east, we're in good shape for now.
0-2 pitch, Tapper to Berkland, that's short. Handles it on a hop and throws over to first base. Put out by Lash and one away. One up, one down in the Edina first.
Efficient first at bat there for the pitcher to get that first out on 3 pitches. Hard hit ball to shortstop. Decided to play it on a second hop. He had time. The ball was hit hard enough. Even though the leadoff hitter's running down first base, he was able to still get that out.
Brings up George McIntyre, the third baseman for the Hornets. First pitch to him, low and in. Ball 1. Noah Filer's pitch, cut and a miss, 1-1. Doesn't take a lot of time, Drew. Works quickly and back at it with his third pitch. Missed just outside to McIntyre, 2-1.
I want to say I remember him seeing a pitch earlier at Hopkins this year, and I remember saying the same thing. He just keeps going, keeps the ball moving, keeps everybody in the game by his fast pace, and if he throws strikes and keeps getting outs.
A little slow roller. It's going to be a tough play. It's going to be a base hit. No chance for Gullickson or the catcher Reen to get to that one. An infield single for McIntyre. 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the first for Edina.
You know, sometimes it's better to be lucky than hit the ball well. That just caught up the end of the bat. Just in no man's land there on third baseline and gets down to first base. We're going to have a meeting here with the umpires to discuss something. I'm not sure what it is, but...
I don't know if there was initial discussion that it hit off him in the batter's box, but it wasn't the case, and the umpires agreed if that was the discussion. And so, again, McIntyre's aboard, and Mike Simonson now the batter. Outside, runner not going, ball 1. To the left-handed hitting first baseman for the Hornets. A little bit low, 2-0. Filer checks the runner. And it's 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0. Take here for Simonson, sure, but it doesn't matter. Ball 4. So, a single and a walk, and 2 runners on now for Edina in the top of the first.
Yeah, just little things. If you're Edina, you want to do little things. Get him uncomfortable. Make him so he has to throw out of the stretch. Seems like the umpire has a tight zone. Got to adjust. He's been closer on the plate, but not close enough. So, 4-pitch walk there puts Edina in a good spot to get the first run on the board.
And if you're the team that's the underdog, Drew, and you know your record against this team this year, good start. Yeah. Important for Edina to try to force that second game.
Yeah, in 3 games they've only scored 2 runs against them, so.
First pitch strike to Jack McCoy, the cleanup hitter and center fielder for Edina. Inside, 1-1. Fouled back. 1-2.
Same pitch, better location, and that time further out over the plate. Caught him off guard. You know, when you throw the ball as hard as he throws the ball, that breaking ball even becomes more effective. And it's if you have control over it, especially with runners on base, you want to make sure you give a ball that your catcher can stop if it's in the dirt. But you want to keep it up and out of the dirt if you can. That breaking ball.
1-2 pitch. McCoy fights it off. Two hit in the air, out to center field. Out there is Leatherman. Under it, makes the catch. Runners hold. 2 down.
You'd like to say a can of corn, but man, that's a tough play with this wind blowing around and that sun directly in their eyes. For anything on the right side or center part of the field in the air, that's going to be a tough play. You could see right away he shielded that sun with his glove. I'm glad he had glasses and was able to block that sun. Because if you lose that ball for a second, that sun, it's really hard to pick it back up.
Then Kerm, the right fielder, the batter, number 5 hitter today for the Hornets. Filer, changeup for a strike. Good block by Ream. Ball 1-1-1.
So hard to teach catchers how to do that, but as you get to the higher levels, you have to do that because it allows your pitchers to throw balls like that are off the plate and in the dirt. All you got to do is be able to block it down and keep it in front of you, and it keeps a runner from second base to advance to third. Now, if he's just a runner on first, that's a tougher play because they're probably going to have an early break. But
up and in, 2-1. McIntyre at second, Simonson at first for Edina. 2 on with 2 out for the Hornets in the top of the first. A little flare hit out into short right field, but in and making the catch is Swenson, and there's the 3rd out. I thought that was going to be a little more shallow than it was, but it gets out to Swenson, and Wayzata out of trouble in the first. Edina a couple of base runners, no runs and a hit. They leave 2. And no score after half an inning. So for 23-0, Wayzata, here is the batting order. Bobby DeWitt will send out there today. Matthew Berkland, the shortstop, leading off, followed by Tyler Gullickson at third. Guard Swenson in right. Brady Lash is at first base. Michael Ream, the catcher, bats 5th. Adam Deselich in left field, batting 6th. Elias Leach, the DH, hitting for the pitcher Filer. Then it's James Hansen at second base, and Kieran Leatherman, center fielder, batting 9th for the Trojans. And defensively for Edina, Mike Simonson at first, Reed LaFrenz at second, Jackson Nevers at shortstop, George McIntyre, the third baseman, Chase Bjorgard in left field, Jack McCoy in center, Dylan Kerm in right field, Owen Hatch is the catcher. And catching today, Ward Yeaman for Edina. So look at Spencer, right-handed pitcher. And we'll see what he has to start off the game, right? Drew, you team unable to score in the first. You want to give Wayzata momentum right off the bat. A good hitting team. Try to put zeros up early in this game, and all game if he can do it.
yeah, usually, you know, most teams have probably have a strong 4, 5, 6 hitters. But, you know, when you're facing a team that's undefeated throughout the season, number 1 in the state, you have to focus in and throw strikes and good strikes. You can't throw cookies over the plate for any hitter in this lineup, top to bottom for Wayzata. If you're Edina, you want to keep runners off the bases. Don't let Wayzata try and get in your head and get an early lead because they're expected to win this. But you still got to go out and prove that you are the best team in state.
Matthew Berkland steps in. Shortstop hitting .342 on the season. In his first pitch, low, ball 1. Lashed out into center field for a base hit. Berkman aboard to start the Wayzata first.
Great start by the leadoff hitter there for Wayzata. Do anything you can to get on base. You take that first ball, you get a good pitch to hit on your second pitch and drive it straight up the middle.
Among the team leaders in runs scored with 20. 5 for 6 in stolen bases this season. It brings up Tyler Gullickson. Swinging away and pops it up on the left center field. That's going to drop. Bjorgard couldn't get there in time to throw to second, and they do get Berkland. Berkland had to hold off in case that ball was caught, so it goes as a fielder's choice. No hit for Gullickson. And 7-6 on the putout.
Yeah, very tough play for the runner here. You want to get further out, but if they do catch that, that's not that long of a throw to tag you out, to get you out at first either. So you kind of got to get a little bit of an extra lead, and he gets thrown out by maybe a step. Good effort to get down to second base, but you see the throw does just beat him.
Take that. It was a McCoy with the throw, 8-6 on the putout. So one on, but now one out. Gullickson becomes the runner, and Guard Swenson the batter. A good defensive play by Edina, Drew, and instead of first and second, nobody out with this Wayzata hard order coming up. They've got at least one out. Swenson fouls it away.
Yeah, that's practice. That's coaching. You do that stuff in preseason, you do it in the offseason. If you're not going to make the play, put yourself in a position to back up the play. In that situation, the left fielder wasn't able to track the ball down. Center fielder's there to throw it in and get the out at second.
Swenson golfs one out to right field, drifting back, and it is drops for a hit. Gullickson around to third base, and he's in. A double for Swenson, just out of the reach of Kerm in right field. We talked about that wind, Drew, before the game. May have carried it just another few feet, and it's up for the Hornets right fielder to adjust on the ball.
Perfect example of that. He didn't go back right away. He just kept going sideways, and you could see it was just about a foot or two over his head. And that was a huge difference. Instead of having 2 outs and a runner on first, you have 1 out with runners in second and third here for Wayzata. Another left-handed batter at the plate.
Brady Lash, 365 hitter on the season at the plate. Hit the second with the infield in. Good defense by Edina, and they get the 4-3 putout with Friends to Simonson, and the runners hold.
Yeah, great play by the second baseman. Edina was in on the grass. Wayzata did not have a contact play on, meaning the runners did not move right away when the ball was hit. They had to see what the defenseman did. Fortunately for Edina, he was able to knock it down with his chest and keep it in front of him. Gets the ball, makes a good decision, go over to first.
Brings up the catcher, Michael Ream. Outside corner for a strike. Ream, a .397 hitter on the season with a team high 8 doubles. Ripped, just foul.
Yeah, he hit one of the harder balls I've seen hit all year at Hopkins. The bases loaded earlier this season in there. I believe it was a 12-2, maybe a 10-0 win. Bases loaded grand slam, left field, crushed the ball, squared it up.
Aiming ahead in the count, 0-2. Popped up by Ream. Back of the plate. And Hatch makes the catch. And much like Edina in the top of the first, Wayzata unable to plate runs with a couple runners on in the bottom half of the inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left for the Trojans. 1 inning played, 6-4 baseball at Edina. No score, the Hornets and the Trojans. Bobby DeWitt and the Wayzata Trojans taking on the Edina Hornets today. DeWitt in his 17th season as head coach. State tournament last appearance 2018, state champions in 2016, beating Champlin Park in the title game.
Yeah, I remember seeing a story with him earlier in the season when I was prepping for the first game that I did with them, and he knew he had talent, and he knew he had a really good team, but he didn't expect them to develop and have this strong of a pitching throughout the season, and it's turned out to be key for them as they've steamrolled. They had a few close games, but the close games are against good teams, and that's how you build character and put your teams in a position to, understand how to win tight games.
Grounded to first, picked up, and one pitch, one out. Good play by Brady Lash down at first. Jackson Nevers is retired.
Yeah, ball just stayed fair, but nice backhand here by the first baseman. Even if he just doesn't come up clean with it, ball's hit hard enough, keeps it in front of him. He's gonna have a chance to make that play, but fields it cleanly and he easily gets over there to get the out.
First pitch up high to Reed LaFrance, the second baseman, hits seventh for the Hornets. Caught a miss there. Good pitch by Filer. It's 1-1. Called strike, 1-2.
Yeah, he's got this little habit, this little routine where he catches the ball, flicks it up, blows in his hand, flicks it up, gets right into his windup, keeps everybody in the game.
1-2 pitch, fouled out of play. This is hit out into center field, hit well. Oh, and it skips past the center fielder, Leatherman. Good backup by the right fielder, Swenson coming over, and they hold LaFrance to a single. Well, you see a play like that, and you can sometimes see 2 or 3 bases, Drew, but not in this one.
Yeah, I think he might get a piece of it to slow it down. But yeah, good backup here by the right fielder. And again, this is the kind of thing that you work on in the preseason and throughout the season. You talk to each of your players and say, hey, focus on this thing. When it's not hit to you, what are you going to do? And be there to back up your teammates throughout the game.
It'll go as a hit. McGrath rips one out of the left field for a base hit. Turned by LaFrance at second, but he'll hold on there. Back-to-back singles for Edina. 3 hits already in an inning and a third.
Another solid line drive. Not hit extremely hard, but hit well enough and on a line, not a pop fly, and it makes it a tough play for the left fielder to come in and make it. I don't think he really had any chance to pick up that ball. So first and second here for Edina in the second inning.
Brings up the catcher and the number 9 hitter, Owen Hatch. Tyler's first pitch, tails outside for ball 1. Strike call. Hatch taking, it's 1-1. Off the plate, 2-1. Cut and a miss. 2-2. Challenged Hatch and he couldn't catch up with it. Filer's pitch Hit out into right field, drifting back and making the catch is Swenson. Tagging at second is LaFrenz. He'll go into third, standing up. But they get the second out. 2 outs. Runners at the corners now for Edina.
Yeah, another nice play here by the right fielder. Picked up that ball right away, kept the sun out of his eyes, took a few steps back and got a good strong throw in to keep that runner from advancing more than just one base from second to third. Interesting to see what Edina does here with first and third with 2 outs. Top their lineup here.
Maybe move that runner at first, right?
I don't know. Your catcher's going to have a strong arm, so.
Called strike to Bjorgard, who grounded out in his first at bat. Didn't particularly like that strike call as he steps back in. McGrath holding at first, popped up, foul. And this, oh, it's caught in foul territory. I thought it might drift out of play, but the third baseman Gullickson gets over there and makes the catch for the third out. So Edina again, a couple of runners on. No runs, 2 hits. They leave 2 again. Inning and a half, no score. Edina, Wayzata.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back, Edina and Wayzata, Section 6 baseball here from Braemar Field. Drew a couple of runners left on base for each team in each of the 3 half innings we've had so far. And when you're the team that ends up losing today, you're going to look back and say, man, if we could have pushed a run across here or there,
really, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and Edina's been very aggressive at the plate, swinging at strikes. Filer's been throwing strikes, but they've been putting the bat in the ball. A couple line drives and had some traffic out there, but not able to get a run across here in the first 2 innings.
Nesselich takes a first pitch strike to start the bottom half of the second inning. The Wayzata left fielder. High and away, 1-1.
That one got him away from him. You could tell right away he didn't like where that was going.
Leach and Hansen to follow in the Wayzata second. Hit in the air, out to center field. Drifting over, McCoy makes the catch, 1 away. Elias Leach is the DH. Heading for the pitcher Filer today for Wayzata. Strike call to him.
I don't know if he crossed up the catcher there or not, but catcher wasn't able to keep that one in his glove and still got called a strike. So
hit out into left field, right at the left fielder Bjorgard. Leach is retired. 2 down.
kind of caught off balance there and just kind of punched that one out there in the left field and right at the left fielder. So easy out for the left fielder there.
James Hansen, the second baseman, batting eighth. Comes up with nobody on, 2 out. Hansen, a piece of it. There's 2 strikes. Fooled on that one. Neiman ahead, 0-2. Trying to retire his 5th straight batter. Hansen fouls it away, stays 0-2.
Probably not a strike, but close enough that you want to protect. You don't want to take a called third strike. Anytime it's close and you're going to go after it, you just want to put the bat on the ball, and sometimes it's better off to foul it off and stay alive.
Ripped into right center field, the base hit. 3rd hit of the game for Wayzata. Hansen aboard with 2 outs here in the 2nd.
Yeah, basically the same pitch again, up and over the plate, high at his shoulders. Probably would have been a ball, but he saw it again. This time he got around on it and timed it up and hit it right up the middle.
Brings up Kieran Leatherman. Trojan center fielder, 321 average on the season. This is a team, Drew, that hits 358 through 23 games this year. Fouled off the catcher, the umpire.
A lot of times when you get to postseason section, especially state, when they have all the season stats, you look at some of these teams and, you can see some of those outstate teams that play a different type of schedule where their team may hit 350, 400, but this is Wayzata playing in the best conference in the state, best competition day in, day out. So it's a very impressive stat to talk about.
Bounce to the plate, and 1-1 to Leatherman. Top of the order, and Birkland on deck. Foul out of play.
Good counter run on here if you have any speed down at first base. You have the top of the order coming up next. You expect a breaking ball, something down in the dirt here, but the runner on, you got to make sure it gets down and away from the catcher to get a good break.
1-2, grounded to second. The friends to Simonson. And Wayzata retired in the 2nd inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Trojans just stranded 3. 2 innings complete, still no score. Edina, Wayzata.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Beautiful day to watch baseball here in Edina. Section 6 championship. A good crowd is filled in here at Braemar Field. And Trojans fans hoping to see their team get to state tournament, carry that record, unbeaten record on. And Edina fans hoping they're here for several hours, Drew.
Yeah,
watch the second game here.
Great day for baseball. You got fans packed the stands. The backup stands are packed. There's kids out in the outfield. It's a good little environment. Fun to see Edina and Wayzata playing here in the section title at Braemar.
First pitch of the 3rd inning, a ball to George McIntyre. McIntyre, Simonson, McCoy, 2-3-4 hitters. Facing Noah Filer here in the Edina 3rd. This is ripped. Birkland knocks it down at short, throws to first. Let the mic get through, and Birkland, a terrific play at shortstop. throws to Lash, and he throws McIntyre out.
Yeah, he had a great read from the ball off the bat. He was able to take a couple steps. He realized the ball was going to be low, and for him to make a clean play, you had to dive at the ball and then get up quick, knowing he's got a little speed towards the top of the order for Edina. Comes up clean, quick to his feet. Good strong throw over to first to keep him out off the base paths.
One away, and here's Simonson, who walked in his first at bat. Foul tip, strike one.
You know, when you've played a team 3 times this year, you haven't had much luck. You got to go out there and be aggressive. I think that's what we're seeing here from Edina. They're swinging early in the count. They don't want Filer to get up in the count and rely on his breaking ball, and he has a fastball that moves away from left-handed hitters and in on right-handed hitters, and they've just been up there putting the bat on the ball early in the count and getting runners on base.
Simonson takes that one. That's a strike, and it's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Filer, we talked about his strikeout count on the season coming in. That's his first strikeout today. 2 away here in the third.
Yeah, he's been he's getting key outs when he needs to. Like we said, he's had runners on the bases, but this time he gets ahead in the count and has that fastball on the outside part of the plate. It's a swing and a miss for his first strikeout of the afternoon.
Hit in the air out towards center. Leatherman, a few steps back, makes the catch. An easy 1-2 inning for Filer. And Wayzata's defense, all started by the nice defensive play by Birkland. And third inning, top of the third, is in the books. No score, more 6-4A baseball on CCX coming up.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
John Jacobson, Drew Keel back at Braemar Field. 6-4A baseball championship day. Wayzata needing 1 win, Edina 2 to qualify for next week's state tournament, which starts Thursday at CHS Field in St. Paul. Top of the order for Wayzata, Birkland, Gullickson, and Swenson. Eamon's first pitch, a called strike.
And second time seeing him this afternoon, see if they're able to get some runners on base and create some chaos out there and get a couple runs across the plate here for Wayzata.
On low, 1-1. Birkland with the single the first time up. Up high, 2-1. Up foul.
He wishes he had that one back. He picked it up right away, just kind of hesitated, didn't catch it right.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. And he's got his first strikeout of the game. 1 away in the Wayzata third. Brings up Tyler Gullickson, who is looking at that last pitch, Drew.
Down and out, that's a hard pitch to hit. Good pitch to get that strikeout there.
Gullickson nearly had a hit in the first inning. I mean, he had a ball that dropped in the outfield, but because Birkeland wasn't certain if it would be caught or not, he ended up getting forced at second, and so it goes in the books as a fielder's choice for Gullickson.
Yeah, it was a tough play, tough play.
The Trojans nearly started the game with 3 hits, but that fielder's choice turned out to be a big out for Edina. Gullickson fouls it off, and he's behind the count here. Way up high.
He's had a couple of those where he's lost control of a breaking ball. And it just hasn't, it stayed way up, didn't have good control of the grip, and slides out of his hands and stays way up in the zone. If you're Wayzata, you hope he misses that right around the chest and you get the bat around in it.
2-2 pitch lifted in the air, out to left, long run, and good job by the shortstop. Backpedaling, Nevers makes the catch on Gullickson. Too far for Bjorgard, but Nevers makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down, and the Wayzata third.
Yeah, good range there by the shortstop. Both outfielders are playing pretty deep, especially on the right side in center field. You see the center fielder going off. That's probably about 15 steps to right and back he just took. So, especially with the power hitters here for Wayzata, you want to keep the ball in front of you.
Swenson a double deep to right. Last time goes the opposite field this way and gets a single. So he's 2 for 2. Wayzata's got 4 hits and a runner on here in the third.
Good piece of hitting there to get on with 2 outs. You know, you want to be able to, you want to pull the ball and hit it hard as you can sometimes, but sometimes you just got to go with the pitch and put it the opposite field, and that's what he did there. Solid line drive. The left fielder really had no play. Best play there was to keep it in front of you and make sure he doesn't get a second base.
Lash holds off on that one, 1-0. Lash 7 doubles and a triple on the season. Among his 17 hits, that one low, runner going, throw down to second, not in time, a stolen base for guard Swenson.
Good jump there, head down right away. With 2 outs, you don't have to peek in or anything because you know you're getting to the base and the ball's put in play. And they catch the ball, it's still the 3rd out, so you don't have to take a peek in. You get down there and get that stolen base, get into scoring position.
Fouled away by Lash. Eighth stolen base of the season for Swenson. Gaiman's pitch to Lash up high is a pitch you talked about, Drew. Last batter getting away again.
Fortunately for him, it's been too high.
Right.
I mean, it's good enough for him that, you know, it's bad enough for him that it's too high out of the zone. If he leaves that up over the plate, these guys are quick enough to adjust, pick it up, and hit it pretty far.
31 pitch, it's ball 4. Runner headed to third, and he'll get there. So runners at the corners now. Lash reaches on a walk. Fastball allows Swenson to get to third.
Gonna get a mound visit here to make sure his pitcher can keep his composure because he kind of let that runner advance from second base on a ball there in the dirt. He's pointing to his arm, but.
Well, the other thing you talk about in this situation, especially at the high school level, okay, if the runner from first goes, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen it how many times over the years.
Yeah, the old trip
runner,
play.
Yep.
I mean, because
the runner from third who's got good speed in this case, and Swenson breaks for home, and all of a sudden you get nobody out.
Well, it's just one of those little things. Like, yeah, it's 1 run, but it gives you a 1-run lead. It riles up Edina. It's one of those things where it's not only do you score a run, but it really affects the mentality of the opponent because you pulled something like that and got a run across.
Michael Ream, the batter, trying to get Wayzata on board first today. Outside corner for a strike. Good pitch from Yeaman. A good way to start the strike on a excellent hitter, Ream.
Yeah, nice breaking ball on the outside part of the plate, dropping down and out.
One and one. Let's tie again. His misses have been,
that one's closer.
For the most part, high.
That one was closer, yeah. It's coming in probably 15, 20 miles an hour slower, so if he gets down a little bit, that might be trouble.
Inside, ball 2-1. And going into second without a throw or much of a look even was Brady Last. So now second and third for Wayzata. 2 runners in scoring position for Ream. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Yeaman's pitch popped up. Catcher Hatch has it eyed and makes the catch. Second foul to the catcher for Ream, and Edina again out of the inning. No runs for Wayzata, 1 hit. They leave 2 runners on. We have played 3 here at Braemar. Still no score. Hornets and the Trojans.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Back at Braemar Field to go to the 4th inning. Still no score. Edina and Wayzata. Tom Nevers, great baseball name in Edina history. Played back a generation ago for the Great Legion team. Played hockey, baseball, played a little pro baseball. Now his 5th year as head coach at Edina. St. Jackson in the lineup today. He's going to go on and play hockey at the University of Minnesota. And a great athletic history. And the Nevers family.
Yeah, very involved in the youth baseball program here around Edina and Minneapolis, the metro area. Great reputation and a very impressive athletic background.
His great-great-uncle, Ernie Nevers, member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, played pro baseball for a time.
Yeah, it's fun coming here to Braemar, and I don't know if they still have it open, but they used to have that little shed back here where you could walk in and see I think it was 1983. They won the Legion World Series.
Yes.
And that's just one of those things that, Minnesota baseball doesn't do that type of thing that often.
Kerm on the 1-1 pitch. Nice pickup by Gullickson at third. Throws the first over to Lash. 1 up, 1 down. Another nice defensive play on the infield for Wayzata. Their pitching and their hitting has gotten a lot of accolades, but their defense has been pretty solid all season, Drew. We've seen it so far here today.
Yeah, it's little things. On the leadoff hitter here, keeps his feet underneath him, makes a good strong throw over to first, so it doesn't, put stress on his first baseman. But to come up with that ball, if it gets through him and goes to the shortstop, they're highly unlikely to get that out.
First pitch outside to Jackson Nevers. So Jackson the last few years, the Turkey tournament in Plymouth to start the season, and the Edina hockey team throws to first. Nevers thrown out. Again, Gullickson to Lash on the putout.
Yeah, another great play here by the third baseman. This grass is cut pretty short. Good true bounces. The ball's going to move, so he realized he had a little time. He didn't have to come in and charge it. It's hit hard enough, so he backs up, plays in another bounce. Feels a good clean throw. Keeps that momentum moving towards first base as he fields that ball.
First pitch strike. Filer's kind of settled in here. Drews retired 7 in a row.
I think he had 6 pitches last inning, and he's on pace here for another pretty efficient inning. Which is, you know, one of those things where it keeps him in this game, but also if they aren't able to win this game, it puts the pitching staff and his coaching staff in a position to have those extra pitchers for that decisive second game.
It's ahead on Reed LaFrenz here, 0-2. Quickly back at it, and Friends just got a piece of that to stay in it.
Yeah, great curveball. Nice job of hitting there to foul it off and stay alive. That was a great curveball after a fastball that, you know, he sits mid 80s with his fastball and then comes in with a sharp breaking ball. That's pretty hard to adjust to.
Hit in the air out into short right field. Right fielder Swenson makes the catch. Another 3 up and 3 down inning for Edina and for Noah Filer. And Wayzata in the field. 3.5 innings played, no score. Edina, Wayzata baseball on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Wherever you can find a spot, down the hill, beyond the right field fence. Got fans all over here at Braemar Field watching this Section 6 championship game. Still zeros on the board. Edina and Wayzata as we move to the home half of the 4th inning. Good pitching duel. Drew, some good defense. And some actually decent at-bats and some good hits, but the pitchers have been able to work out of trouble.
Yeah, both pitchers have been able to get out of jams, straining runners. Not a lot of strikeouts like we were expecting, but good pitching. I don't know if we've had a walk yet, but we've had a lot of great defensive plays that have gotten key outs at big parts of the game.
This one hit high in the air in the right field. And Kerm able to make the catch, and Deselich retired to start the 4th inning. Each pitcher with 1 strikeout and 1 walk so far in the 4th inning.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be one of those games where it's, 1 or 2 runs is going to really get the job done, but we'll see.
Deselich out, and here's Leach taking a first pitch strike. Flew to left in his first at bat. A little low. This one's tagged out to deep left field. Back it goes. It'll go to the wall. Leach around first. Into second with a 1-out double.
Talked about it a couple times, John. That was the curveball that he left sitting up about waist high. He was able to adjust, sit back, and timed it out right. And if you put the barrel on the bat like that, that's going to go. If he gets it up higher in the air, that's probably out of the park. But a hard line drive to left field over left fielder's head. First ball we've seen over the outfielders' heads. They're playing pretty deep to start. Almost loses his feet, but stays up. Didn't lose too much there. He stays. Good job to stay up and get to second base, because if you ended up at first base, that'd be a little disappointing.
4th double of the season for Leach. This pitch missed low and away to James Hansen, who singled in his first at bat. Hansen fouls it out of play. 1-1.
Outfield's playing pretty deep, so a single to the outfield should score that run, unless it's a tough ball to pick up and get a good read on where it's going to fall.
Hansen drives this one out to center. McCoy adjusts to it, makes the catch. Tagging up is Leach. And the throw will be too late. Hansen retired. Leach now 90 feet away down at third.
That ball is hit really well, just too low or too high. I mean, right at the center fielder. He's positioned perfectly, barely took a step back. Made a good strong throw and made a play over at third base. Almost got the runner, but fortunately Wayzata is able to get that runner on third base here. Now pass ball comes into play, so kind of takes a little bit more pressure, puts a little more pressure on the catcher to keep those breaking balls in front of him.
Kieran Leatherman, first pitch swinging, swings on a play. Leatherman takes time, steps out. Kieran's brother Riley would likely get the call for game 2 if we had a game 2 pitching wise. Called strike. Eamon works ahead 0-2, trying to work out another runners on scoring position situation here in the Wayzata 4th. In the dirt, a good block there by Hatch.
Yeah, huge play there. Saved a run. If you see that ball in the dirt, especially at a fastball, you know it's not going to skip on you. It's not going to go left or right too much. You just got to get your chest in front of it, get your knees down, and put your glove in between your legs so it doesn't scoop between you.
Rounded to short. Picked up there, throw to first, and there with a put out. Nevers to Simonson. Leatherman retired, and Wayzata retired in the 4th. They strand a runner. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Go to the 5th. No score. Edina Wayzata.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Noah Filer retired 8 in a row as we go to the top half of the 5th inning. Some of the fans here, Wayzata fans, out in force today trying to see the Trojans get to the state tournament.
Yeah, Filer been very efficient, especially in the past 2 innings. Through 4 innings, his past 2 innings, he's averaged 7 pitches to get the 3 out, so hopefully he can stay on a roll.
Jackson McGrath, first pitch misses to him, 1-0. McGrath with a single in his first at bat. Good pitch in the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. McGrath, Hatch, and then the top of the order, Bjorgard for Edina here in the 5th. Grounded to first. Lash backed up on it. It skips off his glove and into right field. Big churn at first. McGrath will hold. Drew, what do you think? I don't know. It's a tough play.
It's a hit. That's a really hard hit ball. That's a really hard hit ball.
They've marked it as a hit in the scoreboard, so a single for McGrath. And now Hatch showing bunt, trying to get that runner down to second. pulls the bat back, takes a strike.
Your third baseman's coming down about probably 15 feet from the edge of the grass here at the home plate. So if it's in the air, he should have a chance to field it. On the ground, he's going to have to make a decision to throw it down to second base or not and get the out at first.
And it's taking. It's outside. 1-1. One pitch called strike 2. One, two, missed a little low. 2-2.
It's a good miss. It's a good miss. It's a good, strong breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. Your catcher's able to get it. Hopefully you get him to bite, but he didn't. Runner still is not able to advance. If you're Edina, you want to do anything you can to get that runner to second base here, even if you sacrifice the out.
Ripped, but well foul by Hatch.
It's so tough to adjust to a pitch that a pitcher, throws 85, 87, and then has a nice sharp breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. If you're in this position, if you're Edina, you just want to put the ball in play. Anything you can do, even if it's on the ground, that's good. It's good at bat.
2-2 pitch out of the way. High, 3-2. Good at bat here for Hatch.
Adam fooled. Hatch was fooled there, ducked on a breaking ball and almost caught that inside part of the plate. But here he is, 3-2 with the top of the order coming up behind him. Big spot here.
Swing and a miss on a high fastball and strikes him out. Second strikeout for Filer, 1 out in the Edina fifth.
Huge strikeout. Got him to chase ball 4, but that ball's coming in so fast that you got to make a split-second decision. Chase that ball up high, can't catch up with it. Knew right away.
Top of the order now in Bjorgard. Ground out and a pop out in 2 at-bats. Swing and a miss. Well, Filer starts him with a strike. Drew mentioned very efficient with his number of pitches in the 3rd and 4th innings. So his pitch count good here in the 5th. Fouled, and he's ahead to 0-2 now on Bjorgard.
Yeah, I got him in about 60, 62 pitches, but he's staying around the plate. He's actually become more consistent with staying around the plate. In the first couple innings, he was kind of he wasn't throwing strikes, weren't terrible balls, but he's been much closer to the plate, and he's been able to keep Edina off balance with his breaking ball. Been very efficient.
Catcher Ream comes out, has a discussion with Filer. Now settle back in. Bjorgard trying to put this one in play. Get it down the board. Now the later those zeros go, Drew, the bigger any run becomes,
every
right?
single at bat, every pitch. That's why it's important to get ahead in the count. Whether you're the pitcher or the batter, you want to get ahead in the count and swinging at strikes if you're at the plate, throwing strikes if you're pitching.
Up high, 1-2.
Had a pitch to waste there.
Rounded past second into right field for a base hit. Stopping at second is McGrath. 2 singles for Edina. They get 2 runners on with 1 out in the 5th.
Not necessarily a C-nice single, but just out of the reach of the second baseman. Makes a good effort, hit the ball hard enough that second baseman's not able to get over there and knock that ball down and get it out. But here we are with Edina, chance to put a run up on the board with the heart of their order coming up. Runners on first and second, only 1 out.
5 hits now on the day for Edina. Here's McIntyre, who's 1 for 2. Just missed off the plate 1-0. McIntyre a single in the first, grounded out to start the third. Ball strike, 1-1. Not the first pitch was closer than the second one.
That was a dangerous pitch. Left that one up on a breaking ball. You leave up for a 3-hitter. Ooh.
And one pitch to McIntyre. This one definitely upstairs. 2-1. Simonson on deck.
He dialed up his speed on that one, but left it up high.
Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Power versus power right here.
Swing and miss. That was a good pitch. McIntyre goes down the head in the count, and Filer comes back and gets the strikeout.
Great pitching sequence there. He had that 0-2 count, or he had that pitch where he left it up high, came in with another breaking ball. This one caught him off guard. Look at that sharp break over the plate. You know, he's really good about, he was doing it earlier in the game. He's not doing it with runners on right now, but he's really good about pace. He changes his pacing so he doesn't let hitters get too comfortable up there. Even if they're seeing the ball well, their body is not shifting like they typically do because he's moving fast or moving slow. He's trying to control the tempo of the game.
Mike Simonson, the batter, a walk and a strikeout in his 2 at-bats. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. Drew, there's a trio of giant pretzels with the young men next to us. You need to go get us one in between innings.
They have really good pretzels here.
Fouled away, 1-2.
They do have good pretzels. It's like everybody's got a pretzel. Pretzels for everyone.
One ball, 2 strikes. Filer a pitch away from getting out of this. High, 2-2. Take from Simonson. McGrath at second, Bjorgard at first, time taken now by Simonson.
Yeah, biggest pitch of the game so far right here.
Looks back at second a couple times, delivers home, just off the plate, 3-2.
Now with a 3-2 count, 2 outs, a single to the outfield, definitely score the run. Even a play in the infield, it makes it a tough play over at first. It'll be interesting to see how aggressive Wayzata is. That runner running third if they can get there.
3-2 pitch, called strike 3. Simonson out, Filer's fired up. Gets 3 strikeouts in the inning. And he gets out of trouble in the 5th. No runs for Edina, 2 hits. They strand 2. We go to the bottom half of the 5th. Instead of looking for runs, still no score. Hornets and the Trojans.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Noah Filer back in the dugout. Well, that was a big strikeout, Drew, to end the fifth. It's his team back at the plate, trying to get some runs. He strands 2 more Hornets runners. And now if you're Wayzata, like, okay, here we go, top of the order. Let's get some runs, right?
Yes, we're on a third time seeing this pitcher, third time through the order. You know he has a breaking ball that he's left up a few times. You want to sit on that, or else you got to pick up a fastball and find it in your swing zone where you want to hit it hard.
2 pitches that have been bounced to Matt Berkland, though, to start his at-bat in the fifth. Spencer Yeaman's pitch. Missed 3-0. That was pretty close.
Yeah, that was close. I think he was dead set on taking that pitch either way, so he kind of sold it that it didn't look good, but worked out well for him. He's 3-0 now.
Takes him 3-0. It's a strike, 3-1. And he rips it into left field. Leadoff single for Berkland. He's 2 for 3. He's got the go-ahead run aboard here in the fifth.
Good at bat to start the inning for Wayzata there. Your leadoff hitter takes a few pitches, works the count to 3-1. Good solid line drive to left field and get your speed on first base with nobody out. A lot of options here if you're Wayzata. You got the third baseman in on the grass.
Gullickson, the batter. 0 for 2 today. Shows bunt, pops it up and bunts it back to the screen. Strike 1. And you're at the point in the game, Drew, where Wayzata, number 2 hitter up. If you don't score, could be the last time you get these guys back to the plate again today. So you want to try to make hay here if you can in the fifth. Gullickson bunts it foul again in the air, and now he's behind in the count. And they bunt presumably off at 2 strikes.
Yeah, you would assume they take the bunt off. The third baseman came in even a few more steps that time. He was in on the grass. The first play, he took about 5, 6, 7 steps in. So they're really cutting that play off, but both times he pops it up. So now he's got to just try and put contact on the ball, move that runner down to second base.
Gullickson fouls it off. Art Swenson on deck. Brady Lash to follow. In the fifth inning for Wayzata, trying to push something across here. Yeaman's done an excellent job for Edina. Stranding base runners along the way. Ooh, that just missed.
Also just missed his elbow. You see a lot of these players wear those elbow pads, and that's one of those pitches. You see it a lot of times in the College World Series that they'll turn that elbow in and take a hit by pitch, especially when you're down in the count. The ball come down from the netting. But there you see the elbow pad, and you want to teach kids that it's not going to hurt too bad if you take that ball in the elbow. What's going to happen is you're going to get down the base, you reset the count, and get your 3-hitter up there with runners on first and second. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to hit him, but he stays alive in the at-bat.
Go to first. Berkland back in easily. One and 2 to Tyler Gullickson. Looped outside for a ball, 2-2.
Another one of those breaking balls he left up in the zone and didn't pick it up right away. Otherwise, I think he would have seen a really strong, aggressive swing at that one.
2-2, lifts it in the air. Out to short right field. Kerm coming in. It's going to drop in front of him. And Birkeland able to reach second. This time that ball was going to drop, and he could see it soon enough where he gets in there. Gullickson gets to first, and now 2 runners on to start the 5th for Wayzata.
We've seen this before. This time he makes a good decision. Easier to pick the ball up when it's right in front of you. And throughout the game, Wayzata's bought a little green, so that the outfielders are playing a little deeper and deeper as the game goes on. That time, ball falls in front, and the runner's able to get down from first to second. Interesting to see what they do here with their part of their order up. I don't know if you sacrifice with your 3-hitter, but their baseman is playing on the grass.
Swinton does show bunt, takes a strike.
Makes it a little more interesting for the fielders too, because if the third baseman has to come in to field the bunt, what do you do with the runner going from second to third? The pitcher's not going to be able to get over the cover, and the shortstop's covering, holding down at second base.
High and away. 1-1 to Swenson. A double and a single for the Trojans' number 3 hitter today. He's pushed his average up close to 380 now with those 2 hits. It's a nice bunt. Oh, falling down the throw third. Everybody's going to be safe. Neiman upset himself, lost his balance as he fielded it. Still is able to get the throw away. But Birkeland able to get on, and the bases are loaded. Nobody out here in the 5th for Wayzata.
Yeah, tough play there for the pitcher. He fields it cleanly, but as he's fielding, he kind of falls down. And if you look at the mound here, it's actually kind of a different looking mound. It kind of spreads out, and it's a lot of grass where it's dirt. Usually you see the grass is the flat part, but he slips on the grass on that little mound part and is not able to get a good strong throw over to first base. But great bunt to get it down in front of the pitcher. He would have at least probably moved the runners over. But as the pitcher stumbles, now Wayzata has the bases loaded, nobody out.
The Swenson reaches fielder's choice. And the call's no hit here. They would. You see the stumble. I don't know if he doesn't catch that cleanly. If he still gets Birkeland, got a pretty good jump on that.
He had a really big jump. He had a big lead and a big jump. That's one of those things, as a runner on second base, you got to know you got to get a big lead, especially in that situation. And if it's in the air, you bust your butt back. If not, you're going to third base.
Well, best opportunity for either team to score today. Wayzata bases loaded, nobody out in the 5th of a scoreless game. Brady Lash rips it to deep right. It's going to be deep enough to score a run. Catch made by Kerm. Birkeland tags up from third, and he scores, and Wayzata's on the board, 1-0. Gullickson moves to third. Trojans score first on the sac fly to right by Lash.
Good basing running there by Wayzata all around the base pass, first, second, and third. Right as that ball's hit, second and third go back to the bag. They know if it's down, they're going to score. So you see a line drive, the right fielder has it tracked. You can tell when he stops moving, he's going to catch the ball. If he doesn't catch the ball, you're going to score. So you might as well go back to the bag and set up a tag. And that's what both runners did. Got that first run across, and now first and third with 1 out.
20th run batted in on the season for Lash. And here's Ream. That one's low, and going down to second is Swenson. 2 runners in scoring position, just 1 out. Infield in for Edina. They can't let this get any worse. And Ream, I'm sure, determined in this at bat, Drew. He's like, I'm not going to pop out to the catcher. Again, a good a hitter as he is.
Yeah, he's hit the ball quite a bit this year, and he hits it well. It goes, but you've seen a few of these pitches this inning. He spiked the ball in front of the plate.
They're going to walk him.
Yeah, they're going to walk him.
Intentionally here, 2-0 count.
2 strikes. Put the force out everywhere, take a strong bat away from the plate, but still, top to bottom, this Wayzata lineup is strong, so. You got the corners in, double play depth up the middle. You got to hope for a ground ball right at one of your fielders so you can turn 2 and get out of here, but creates a lot of gaps in the infield. especially on that left side with your shortstop playing almost behind second base.
Kyle Boutwell, courtesy runner at first for the catcher Ream. Here's Deselich. Rips it out to center. Back and making the catch is Bjorgard. Another tag up from third, though. Wayzata, we had another run. It's 2-0. Deselich drives home Gullickson, and 2 runs up on the board here for Wayzata in the 5th. Swenson moves to third.
You know, I said it earlier, it's the same thing. Great base running. As soon as that ball is hit, hard line drive, you look at your outfield. Your center fielder is playing 10, 15 feet from the warning track. If it's over his head, it's going to be a home run. If it's in front of him, you got to be ready to tag. Because if you don't tag, you're going to score on a single.
2 away now, and here's Elias Leach. Swing and miss. Double and 2 at bats for the Wayzata DH.
You got some activity down there in the Edina bullpen pretty quickly after the bases were loaded. See if you can get out of the inning. Let his pitcher come in with a clean slate.
A 1 pitch, turned him away, 1-1. Runner going from first, hit on the air to left field. Tracking it and making the catch is Bjorgard. And Wayzata's retired, but they send 7 batters to the plate here in the 5th. And plate 2, the first 2 runs of the game. We go to the 6th inning here at Braemar. New score, Wayzata 2, Edina 0.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Two nothing. Wayzata scoring 2 in the home half of the 5th as we go to the top of the 6th inning here at Braemar. CCX, John Jacobson, along with TV man Drew Keel. And Drew, good to work with you again. The pride of Hopkins High School right here. Hopkins baseball, right?
HHS fan for life. It's kind of a St. Louis Park fan now, but still got a little HHS, but it's fun to watch this Edina team take on Wayzata here for the section title. And great pitching, huge inning for Wayzata. You know, you talked about the heart of their order for Wayzata coming up at the top of the inning. They could do some damage. Third time through that lineup, he wasn't able to get the outs, and Wayzata put a few runners on and took a 2-0 lead here.
Drew, you got a couple of boys in the St. Louis Park Youth program, right? That high school program is really, we saw them in the state tournament a couple years ago against Maple Grove. Really a good program. Yeah,
Chris Hokinson, he's at the University of Minnesota. Great pitcher in high school. Strong bat. I used to tell my kids to just listen to the ball come off his bat, because some hitters you can just hear that ball come off and it sounds differently. And it's like Shohei Ohtani. If you listen to the way he hits the ball, it just sounds differently. And you know, that was the way Hoke hit when he was in high school. And he's having a great career at the U of M. And you know, just seeing players from St. Louis Park make it to D1 baseball. There's a few other players in D1 that, you know, have had success. And, you know, even just this conference around the metro area, it's fun to see these kids grow up and have success and go to these big programs.
I know a Filer ahead now. He's got a 2-0 lead, Drew. And now you start to count outs, right? 6 more outs and you win.
Yeah, you're not in the position to trade outs for runs, right, but you definitely want to get 1 out at a time.
McCoy rips it to center, but tracking it all the way was Leatherman, and runs it down in right center field. Well hit by Jack McCoy, but Leatherman able to See it right off the bat and makes the catch.
That's one of those plays where if you haven't seen Wayzata play, or you're a parent that doesn't know much about this team, you're worried because that ball's hit really well to the gap. But you could see right away off the bat, that center fielder was tracking that ball the other time. The whole time he didn't have any concern about not getting to the ball.
Dylan Kerm 0 for 2 today. Grounds this one to short. Berkland up with it. Low throw, nice play by Lash at first. Gets the put out 2 away.
Yeah, we talked about it. This Wayzata team, if you look at their pitching stats, you look at their hitting stats, impressive. But one of those under-the-radar things that good teams always have is strong, solid defense. And we've seen it from the left side of the infield throughout the day today. Good plays by the shortstop, nice plays by the third baseman a couple earlier in the game. And the outfield just, tracking balls down.
Jackson Nevers nubs it foul, strike 1. Edina 13-12 on the season coming in. Trying to win 14, but they're in a hole here. 1-2 now with 2 outs to Nevers in the 6th.
Another one of those under the radar things that teams don't, or fans don't always notice, is how hard this catcher works. You got a pitcher out there throwing 85, 87, dialing it up all over the zone. Throwing breaking balls that are sharp breaking balls in the dirt. Keeping that ball in front of you throughout the day is a key part of the game too.
2-2. Look at Michael Ream. Trying to get to state for this Wayzata team. And 3 outs to go. Called strike 3 on Nevers. He is out. And Edina is out in the 6th. Go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. 2-0 Wayzata.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Section 6 4A baseball from Braemar Field in Edina. John Jacobson, Drew Keogh. Championship day in this section. Wayzata inning away from perhaps getting to state. They can hold this lead. Hanson, Leatherman, then back to the top of the order. Berkland in the bottom of the 6th. Hanson 1 for 2 today after he fouls that first pitch off. Fouled again, 0-2.
An all call coming down here. Ambulance, police, fire. Not here. Just driving by. Not here. Everybody's eating pretzels, having hot dogs around here. Slushies. Should let the crowd know after your pretzel. I did try and go get pretzels for us, but the line was just too long.
I appreciate that.
So I might ask one of these kids, tell him we'll put him on TV. Maybe I'll give him my headset for an inning if he gives me a pretzel.
1-2 the count to Hanson. Bounce to first. Good bounce to Simonson. One away.
Nice easy second hop there. Field that one up at the eyes. Make an easy play over at first base. Well, they're always nice to get as a first baseman.
Bounce, pass through, fair ball. Leatherman on to second base. He's got a one-out double. Kieran Leatherman with a one-out, two-base hit here. His third double of the season in the 6th inning.
That ball was right over the bag on the line. No argument from Edina, and the umpire was in perfect position to see that ball. Good hustle out of the box to get down to second base.
Top of the order, and Matthew Birkland. Birkland outside corner for a strike. Birkland got it all started in the 5th inning. As you look at that last hit again, just over the bag and fair for Leatherman. Lifts this one in the air out to right field. That's going to drop for a hit. On his way to third and coming home to score is Leatherman standing up. That one blooped in front of Kerm. It's Birkland's third hit of the day. First run batted in. And it's 3-0.
Yeah, the outfielders are playing deep, and you could tell right away he did not pick that ball up, whether it was in the sun or he didn't see it come off the bat. And a good break by the runner there to read the outfielder's reaction. That's one of those things you got to, as you get older, you read the reaction of the outfielder. You can see he doesn't know where it is. Puts his arm up, and at that point, the runner's off and breaking towards third and trying to score.
Picks up Tyler Gullickson. Low to ball one. I'm starting to say Birkland got, started that last inning, Drew. Got that leadoff single, eventually scored on the sac fly by Lash. And this guy helped out too, Gullickson, with a single in his last at bat. He'd scored on the sac fly by Desalich. Now tipped 1-1. Two and one. Gullickson takes high for a ball. He's 1 for 3 today. Birkland, the runner at first, being held by Simonson. Heyman takes a look over and comes home to Gullickson up high. 2 and 1. 3 and 1, excuse me.
I think we're getting to the end of the leash here for him. He's about 85, 86 pitches or so. And last inning, he was throwing the ball in front of the plate. This time, he's leaving it a little bit up in the zone. See how much room they give him.
Called strike. Throwing down to first. It's into right field. Birkland's going to reach second on a throwing error. Trying to pick him off, and instead, Hatch's throw gets by Simonson in into right.
Yeah, that's a tough play for a catcher, a right-handed catcher with a left-handed batter there, trying to make a quick snap throw. See, the batter has the right to do that, but as he does, it kind of messes up his rhythm. He doesn't have a good, accurate, strong throw down to first base. He scoots out into right field. Puts Wayzata with another runner in scoring position.
3-2 now to Gullickson. With a low for a ball. And this might be the end of the line for Yeaman. Coach Nevers making the walk out. I think we're going to have a pitching change here. Now, for the most part, Yeaman, though, pitched well, Drew, to keep this team off the board for the first 4 innings.
He pitched very, very well. He was very efficient. Got a couple of huge outs early in the game when Wayzata had runners on bases. But last inning, they were able to just get to him. And in this inning, they're doing it again.
No pitcher coming on for Edina. Wayzata with a run in, looking for more in the 6th. Moving closer to a spot in the state tournament. We'll take a break with a pitching change. More baseball from Braemar after this.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Spencer Yeaman started, goes the first 5 of the 3rd innings today for Edina. But now with a couple of runners on, one already in the 6th. He's given way to Jack Emerson. He's on the mound for Edina, trying to get his team out, but number 3 hitter Swenson coming up. Lash behind him.
Tough spot to come into, but he's earned it. He's ready for it. Otherwise, coach wouldn't put him out there, but big spot for Wayzata to really break this game open. Make it really, really tough for Edina in that last inning.
Swenson has been on all 3 times today. Makes the first pitch inside for a ball. Double in the first, singled in the 3rd. Successfully bunted in the 5th, and when they threw to 3rd and were unable to get Berkland, Swenson able to reach first base. Takes a pitch for a strike, 1-1. And sometimes you want to see what the guy's got. He's thrown a couple pitches, and this one's dialed in here. 1-1 pitch. He does take a cut. And misses on the pitch low. It's 1-2.
Yeah, 3 straight breaking balls on the inside part. If you're going to try and get to that ball, you got to get your hands in and pull it down the line. You start off with 3 straight breaking balls.
Chopped at the plate. Stays 1-2 to Swenson. Matthew Berkland at second, Tyler Gullickson at first. 3-0 Wayzata in the bottom of the 6th. Swenson hits this one out to left down the line. That's going to drop. It's his 3rd hit of the day. Berkland's around. He will score. And it'll be a run-scoring single for guard Swenson. It's 4-0 Trojans.
Great piece of hitting. That ball on the outside part of the plate. Didn't hit it all too hard. Adjusted his swing. Was able to punch it over the 3rd baseman's head. That runner at second easily could pick up that ball and get in. Realize the left fielder really had no chance to get that ball.
Brady Lash, the batter, drove in the first run. Takes one high here for ball 1. Strike call, 1-1. Lash grounded out in the first, walked in the 3rd, hit that sac fly to score Berkland to get the first run in the 5th. Hits this one out in the air, out to right field, and then it's going to drop for a hit. Another run around. Gullickson is going to score. 5-0. Runner heading to third, and Swenson's in safely there. And they're just moving around the bases, Drew. RBI single for Ladd.
Yeah, almost the same type of swing, same type of hit, just over the infielder's head. But these outfielders are playing so deep that you almost have no chance to field that ball, and it lands right in front. And that runner second easily picks up the ball and realizes he's not going to be tagging up. He's got to score. Comes in, forces a throw. The throw home allows the runner from second to go down to third. So you got first and third here with one out.
First pitch up high to Michael Ream. It's a walk and 3 at-bats. Last at-bat, he was ahead 2-0, and they intentionally walked him. Called strike. It's 1-1.
Good breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. If you're Ream, you're in a position where you want to really line up a good pitch and get it in your wheelhouse and put a power on it. That was not your pitch. If you're going to swing at that, you got to put it out in the right field.
Three runs on 4 hits here in the 6th inning for Wayzata. They scored 2 last inning to take the lead. Ream hits this one foul.
That was his pitch. Breaking ball right at the waist on the inside part. Just pulled it a little too early. Wasn't able to elevate it.
If you're a Wayzata fan, you're thinking, let's get back in the dugout, get those last 3 outs. You don't think that way as a hitter, right?
No,
you want to have as many hits and as many runs as you can.
If you're a hitter, you're thinking 10-run rule at this point.
Right.
Put it on him.
Ream hits this one out to center field. McCoy is there, makes the catch, tagging up from third is Swenson. No trouble for him to score. RBI sac fly for Ream, and it is 6-0 Wayzata.
Yeah, not the hardest hit ball. Caught it on the inside part of the bat. These balls, when these balls get on the barrel of the bat, they go pretty hard. But if you hit it hard on the fist, it's going to pop fly like that, and that center fielder was able to track it down pretty easily. But still, you can see the power of him being able to hit it off the inside part of the bat, and it still goes that far out to center field to easily get that sacrifice fly in.
Desalich grounds this one up, knocked down by the shortstop, but it'll be an infield single for Desalich. All Nevers could do was knock that one down. He had no play on that, skipped off his glove. Lash to second, and Wayzata, with Leach coming up, is now battered around here in the 6th.
Yeah, good effort here by the shortstop. If it ends up in the pocket of his glove, he's going to have a chance to get up and get over to first base to get the out, but it would have been a great play if he did get up and field it cleanly. That way he keeps the ball in the infield, doesn't allow that runner to go down on third base.
Emerson's pitch fouled back, 1 strike.
Going to lose the sun here for a while pretty soon.
Outside corner for a strike. Emerson a pitch. They're getting out of this. 0-2 to Leach. Just missed, 1-2. Two and two. Your 8 of the 9 batters for Wayzata have had a single today. The only one that doesn't have a base hit today, Ream, with a walk and then a sacrifice fly here in this inning.
Yeah, we said at the beginning, this lineup, I mean, they have a lot of impressive stats, but it's top to bottom. They don't really fall off after a 5 or 6 hitter where some teams do. This team, top to bottom, is pretty strong, whether it's at the plate, in the field, and a great pitching staff.
Leach takes strikes 3, and that's the inning. What another good inning for Wayzata. They score 4 runs on 5 hits. 3 outs to go for Edina. Last chance for the Hornets. We go to the top of the 7th in the Section 6 championship. It's 6-0 Wayzata.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Noah Filer trying to close it out here in the 7th inning, working on a 5-hit shutout. We'll go to the top of that 7th inning, and Wayzata has piled up the runs and hits the last couple of innings, and a 6-0 lead on the Hornets, looking for their 4th win of the year over Edina. Hard to believe.
Yeah, they've 10-zip, 6-2, 10-zip. Tough team to play against for Edina, and Wayzata's just pretty much been the story for every team they play. Look at Wayzata, you're like, wow, this is a tough team to play.
Grounded to second, and then the pitch just one out in the Edina 7th. Our friends grounding out, Hanson to Lash. She saw a shot ago, the clouds moving in. He'll get this one in, but doesn't appear by much. Here's McGrath. He's 2 for 2 today against Filer. This pitch is up high, ball 1. Fouled back, 1-1.
Good pitch.
Green tried to bring that up and do so to the umpire's liking. 2-1. A little bit low. McGrath at the plate, Hatch on deck. Ripped to right center field, and this is going to find Green. McGrath around first. He'll dig for second. He'll be in with a 1-out double. He's 3 for 3 today.
I think he's got old-fashioned stirrups on too. I don't know if you noticed that, but they're old-fashioned stirrups. I like it. Yeah, that ball was smoked to right center field. All right, though, if you're Wayzata, you're okay trading runs for outs. You got plenty of room. That last inning, you put up 4 to give your pitcher a little breathing room. You still don't have to stress about keeping that runner at second base.
When Hatch fouled down to Gullickson at third. Strike 1 to the Edina catcher, who's 0 for 2 today. Up high, 2-1. 1-1, excuse me. Top of the order, Bjorgard on deck for the Hornets. Now 2-1 on that pitch inside to Hatch.
Yeah, if you're Wayzata, you'd like to see Filer finish up this game. Somewhere around 90 pitches thus far, and he's pitched really well. You know, bringing a pitcher in late in the game puts a little pressure on him. And with Edina, the heart of their order coming up, top of the order coming up.
Swing and a miss. 2-2. 3-2. Grounded to third. Gullick's in, can't handle it. Everybody's safe. Hatch reaches on an error. McGrath, the ball hit in front of him, has to hold. And certainly no reason for him to move up anyway in this situation when you're down 6. So 2 on with 1 out. We'll get a runner, Charlie Carlson, a courtesy runner to run for the catcher, Hatch.
Yeah, not the hardest hit ball, but it's tough. Anytime you play the ball and it's off that lip or right on the lip there, it really adjusts how the ball bounces, and I think that's what happened there.
Bobby DeWitt out to the mound here to talk with Nell Filer. It's going to be it. What a good outing again for Filer. He's had a terrific season. Goes 6 1/3 innings here. One of his teammates will close it out. Nice round of applause for the junior. We'll take a timeout with a pitching change here in Edina. Wayzata 2 outs away from state. It's 6-0 Trojans. More of 6-4A baseball from Braemar after this.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
No, Filer almost certainly is going to get the win here today, but it's going to be his teammate Brady Lash that closes it out. Lash coming over from first base has worked 27 2/3 innings on the season. 5-0, Drew, with 3 saves. So there's plenty of talent behind Filer. We talked about Riley Leatherman briefly early, and Brady Lash is 5-0. Guard Swenson's 3-0. Everybody's NO.
Yeah. it's interesting to look at the roster, like the pitching roster, and you look at the loss column, you look at the ERAs, and you're like, oh, that makes sense. That's why they're undefeated.
So Lash on the top of the order for Edina, and Bjorgard the batter. 1 hit and 3 at bats. Lash's first pitch blocked by Ream as it bounces, ball 1. Inside for a ball, it's 2-0. A few raindrops falling here in the 7th.
Sprinkles are here. They're not going away for a little bit.
Taking, and Bjorgard takes a strike, 3-1.
If you're a fan for Wayzata, you want to stick around and watch this. You want to hope they wrap it up quickly.
Ball 4, bases loaded for Edina here in the 7th. Not going quietly, Drew.
Yeah, one swing of the bat, this becomes a real close game, but Wayzata outfield playing no doubles depth, keep the ball in front of you at all costs.
George McIntyre takes a low, ball one.
Your heart and your brain races 1,000 miles an hour in this situation. If the pitcher coming into a game that you're looking to wrap up, and
swing and a miss. Good pitch from Lash. It's 1-1.
all of a sudden the bases are loaded and the heart of the order is up here for Edina.
McGrath at third. Courtesy runner Carlson at second. Yorgard at first. Pitch to McIntyre. Misses. 2-1. George today 1 for 3 at the plate. A single back in the first. Three and one. Taking, it's a strike to McIntyre, 3-2. Payoff pitch from Lash. Side and low, ball 4. Run is in for Edina here in the 7th. RBI walk for McIntyre at 6-1. Little interesting, Drew, here in the 7th.
Yeah.
Tying run on deck now.
Yeah, with only one out.
And the 3-4 hitters coming up. Simonson and McCoy.
The first baseman, Mike Simonson.
Getting to roll one over and turn a little double play, get out of here and celebrate.
Simonson takes the first pitch strike.
Big confidence builder there to get ahead.
Walk and 2 strikeouts for the Edina first baseman. Lash, like Fiedler, working quickly. A second pitch, swing and a miss. Got a piece of it. It's a foul ball, but it is a strike. 0-2. Good block by Ream on the pitch that is low and away. 1-2. Oh, it's strike 3. Good pitch from Lash. Strikes out Simonson. And Wayzata 1 out away from State.
You can tell by the position of the catcher, the reaction of the hitter, that breaking ball broke right over the plate. He knew right away that that was the pitch he had to swing at.
Jack McCoy, veteran hitter, player in the Edina program, trying to keep his team alive here with 2 outs in the 7th. Grounds it back to the pitcher. Lash over to guard Swenson. 24-0. Wayzata's headed to the state tournament.
Congratulations to them to keep that rolling. And again, it's one of those character builders. They looked like they were going to steamroll through this. Faced a little adversity down to the last out there, but nice job by Wayzata to close this game out.
Drew was interesting for a long time, close for a long time. It was interesting all the way through, but finally the bottom of the 5th inning, they got that top of the order, couple of runs scored, and then they had 4 more runs, which were turned out really needed there in the bottom of the 6th. To make it a 6-0 game. Edina does get 1 back.
Yeah, you and I were talking about it during one of the breaks when Wayzata had the top of the order coming up. Now was their chance to do it, and they got the runners on and were able to get key hits to get that lead early, to get that lead in the 5th, and then started to pile on there in the 6th, and really paid off and gave them a little bit of breathing room there in the top of the 7th. Huge win for Wayzata.
Still a little rain around, but the sun has come out just in time for the championship celebration for Wayzata, and boy, what a season they have had, and they will continue for another week, Drew, in St. Paul.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a year, and Wayzata Athletics, Edina Athletics too. I mean, great seasons for a lot of these sports in both programs, and to see Edina battle back through the losers bracket and give Edina a battle like this here in the championship and just come up a little short. Wayzata is one of those programs right now where things are just clicking, and they're getting key hits at the right time, and their pitching's been great. It's fun to watch them develop and gel, and as they move on to the state tournament, to see what they'll be able to do.
Well, we'll stay up here for the trophy presentation. Section manager Dan Johnson is out there presenting the medals to the Edina Hornets right now. Wayzata to follow. But as the season goes on and that unbeaten record goes, I don't know how much they really feel pressure, because, I mean, most of their games were still fairly one-sided. That close game against Hopkins last week, but here they are, and so tough in any sport to go unbeaten. I think baseball especially, you just have one off day or one pitcher that's a little bit off, or you're not hitting, or what.
That's the thing in high school baseball. To be undefeated this late in the season, going to the state tournament and having an undefeated record is so impressive, because there are times where you run out of pitching because, you have rain come through the week. You got a 4-game week. Right. You run out of pitching. You don't say we're throwing this game, but you go out there with the intent, like, we're going to do our best. We don't have our A lineup because maybe somebody's injured and our pitcher was maxed, and not available for tonight. So it's such an impressive feat to have and going to the state tournament with an undefeated record.
Well, Wayzata really battling today, Drew, and I think despite the score, it was a 5-run game at the end. It was a closer game than that most of the way, and they finish up their season 13-13, but certainly played well, I thought, today overall.
Yeah, both pitchers pitched well, efficient. Edina's pitcher just ran out of gas towards the end, and the Wayzata hitters started to put the ball in play, a couple bloop singles. And that's the thing about having such a powerful lineup, is the defense has to play deep, and those bloop hits start to fall in. It's called buying yourself some grass. And that's what they did. Their center fielder and their right fielder were playing super deep to field those line drives and those pop flies early in the game, but late in the game they started to fall in front of them. And for Wayzata, they were able to get runners on base and move around.
No, just, what Edina knew they were the underdog, but they had every intent that they were going to get a second game in today, Drew. And no matter what your record is, you get to a section final, you lose. It's tough. You're a senior. It's really difficult.
Yeah, it's a lot of emotions. You're at the end of the school year. People are starting to think about next year's plans. For the baseball program, they spent so many mornings during the summer, so many late nights here during the spring, so many hours in the gym during the winter and fall months. They're here at Braemar wrapping up their career as a senior. It could be an emotional time.
Well, Wayzata with their record, I don't think there's any question, they'll be the number 1 seed in the 4A tournament. They play at 4:30 next Thursday in the first round of the state tournament at CHS Field against an unseeded team. That will make it official over the weekend when they have the seeding meeting, but you get to state, and it's a great field, Drew. You and I have done games at CHS. Terrific venue for baseball.
Yeah, the Saints have always had a nice facility. Even back at Midway, it was fun to go down to Midway and play at where the Saints were playing. But, ever since, and CHS Field's great, but ever since they became the official AAA affiliate, there's certain MLB regulations that they have to follow, and it's manicured so well. They take care of stuff. The St. Louis Park Little League program gets to go down there on Friday and run around and hit some wiffle balls. We do that every year, so it's fun. It's a great field.
true. You talked about it's not only the guys that maybe had a couple, 3 hits today, or Filer pitching, or Lash finishing up, but so many of these young men have contributed to wins, not just today, but all season. And when you're 24-0, right? It's never just one guy.
Yeah, it's fun because you got to support each other. You know, you come into the season fighting for positions, fighting for playing time, but as the season goes on, you gel as a team, and that's part of what your coaching staff does. Is to make sure, like, hey, I need you to be a courtesy runner. I need you to be the backup second baseman or middle infielder. And kids start to understand their role, and when they do understand their role and contribute, that's when a team really excels. Because any injury, any given day, you know, you need the next man to stand, next guy to get ready and step in there and make a difference.
Congratulations to this coaching staff that's gotten it done this year, too. You got to guide the kids, right, to that record, too, and keep them an even keel.
Yeah, teaching them fundamentals, routine habits, things that paid off today, like picking up the ball on a pop fly. Such a fun time for the Wayzata kids to get their section trophy. You know, baseball is one of the last sports of the season for the team sports. So not a lot of people come out and watch this stuff, but it's such an exciting time. And for them to be able to celebrate this way it's a great stepping stone into the state tournament.
We'll take a quick break. We'll hear from a couple of the Trojans as we wrap up our coverage of the Section 6 championship. Congratulations to Wayzata on the state. We'll finish things up here from Braemar after this.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Wayzata on to the state baseball tournament with a 6-1 win over Edina in the Section 6 4A championship. Back at Braemar Field, John Jacobson, guard Swenson, and Noah Filer gets the win as the pitcher today. First of all, congratulations to you and your team. What does it feel like to get there as a group?
It's amazing. I mean, what we've done this season is awesome. Obviously, we're not done yet, but I mean, just everything we've accomplished, all the hard work we put in, you know, over spring break, staying down in the gyms at 8 a.m. every single morning, just all the work we put in, it's starting to pay off. So, but we're not done yet, so we still got more to do.
I saw you pitch the game on Memorial Day against these guys, and you're throwing, it seems like, more strikes, and you labored a little bit more today, but you're still throwing zeros. What was working for you today? What wasn't working?
Just attacking the zone, starting off with a first pitch strike, gets them going really well, and then, you know, mixing in off speed really well, and when it gets later into the game, you got to start mixing it up because they start getting on you, and then fastball, slider just on today, and then mixing up pitches. And Reem, obviously my catcher, it's incredible. He keeps me locked in all game. It's awesome.
Took a while to get the bats going. Is it fun from the dugout to watch once those guys start stringing hits together?
It's awesome. All the energy just comes around, start stringing together hits, putting the ball in play, then we put runs up on the board, and then the momentum just starts swinging our way, and that's where we go.
And you get the Wayzata belt for today.
Yes, we do. Yes, I do. Yeah, we get, after every single game, the coaches pick player of the game, and I got it today. But there's many other players on this team that could have deserved this today, too. So.
Congratulations. Good luck next week at state.
Thank you very much.
Guard Swinson had 3 hits today, a run scored, RBI. Congratulations for you. What is this feeling like? Senior year, you're headed to state.
It feels really good to finally get over the hump and beat Edina. They knocked us out last year, so a little bit of revenge, but it felt good. Just kept doing the same thing we've been doing all year, putting the ball in play. Good things happen. We had some bloop hits that fell in that weren't hit super hard, but we were able to capitalize on that and really put a run together in those final 2 innings.
Finally, some timely hits, right, after you weren't getting those early in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Defense and pitching solid, too, right?
Always solid. Yeah.
How much does that help you, too, maybe when the bats aren't going right away, that you know, like, okay, we're not going to have to score many here. Eventually, we're going to score.
It helps a lot, especially knowing that Noah always does a good job. He's always in the zone, filling up the zone, and same with Riley. If we had to go to him today, we knew that we were still going to have a good chance in the second game if that needed to happen.
24 now. How do you do it?
I don't know. Just a lot of hard work. Maybe get a little lucky sometimes, but it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, special group.
Congratulations. Good luck next week at state. We'll see you in St. Paul.
Thank you.
Wayzata Trojans 24-0 on the season. They are Section 6 champions and on to the state tournament starting next Thursday at CHS Field in St. Paul. That will do it for a telecast today. Thanks for all of our terrific crew and for Drew Keogh. I'm John Jacobson. Congratulations, Wayzata, on to the state tournament, a 6-1 winner over Edina.